Zion National Park is located in the western part of the United States, in Utah. Its area is 593 kilometers. From north to south. Zion Canyon stretches for 24 kilometers, and the altitude difference on its territory is 800 m. These places have been loved by people 5,000 years ago. The territory of the park lived Indian tribes, displaced by Europeans later. The name of the national park Zion in English means Zion. This biblical name was invented specifically to attract visitors, as the area looked like the landscapes of Israel. There are many other symbolic names in the park, despite the fact that the national park is located in an arid and deserted area. Its landscapes are diverse, and the fauna and flora is rich. The park is located at the intersection of the Colorado Plateau and Mojave Desert. The lowest point of the national park is at 1,117 m above sea level, and the highest point is already at 2,660 m. The landscapes of Zion National Park are dominated by mountains. They can be seen from everywhere, and the mountain ranges are separated by relatively wide valleys, several kilometers wide, or very narrow canyons. The rocks are represented by sandstones, which are easily washed away by water, so karst formations are not uncommon in the mountains of Zion, caves, sinkholes, tunnels in the rocks. The rocks themselves are often red or bright yellow. The Virginia River, which flows through the park, has the steepest gradient of any river in the United States, 15 to 24 meters for every mile of stream. Waterfalls are not uncommon in the national park. They are not particularly powerful, but they are significant in height. In the spring, meltwater fills the rivers and makes them violent, during which time landslides are possible in the mountains. Significant elevation differences create different climatic conditions in the park. On the slopes and in wide arid valleys, drought-resistant oaks, pines, and junipers grow, while typical desert plants such as yucca, opuntia cacti, and wormwood can also be found here. In narrow shady canyons and on the banks of rivers, the vegetation is similar to temperate forests. Willows, aspens, and maples grow here. Thus, in Zion National Park one can find both dense forests and sparse forests and deserts. A riot of colors covers the canyon in the spring, when many plants bloom. In the fall the forests are colored with gold, and in winter the snow falls here. There are 7 species of fish, 6 species of amphibians, 28 species of reptiles, 78 species of mammals and 289 species of birds. It is clear that the diversity of animals associated with water, fish, amphibians, is low, but the species of arid areas here feel fine. Reptiles are rarely seen, but this may be for the best, as Zion is home to poisonous rattlesnakes. Birds and mammals are seemingly inaccessible to observe. Indeed, the sparse forests and deserts do not allow animals to hide from prying eyes, so they are cautious and try to behave discreetly. But if you are patient and quiet, Zion will reveal its secrets to the inquisitive observer. One by one, the local inhabitants will begin to show themselves, and it turns out that this place is full of life. There are many birds of prey, red-tailed buzzards, golden eagles, and peregrine falcons patrol the area in search of small birds, animals, and reptiles. Another large but quite peaceful species is the wild turkey. Zion's rarest feathered bird is the California condor. Of mammals, there are many bats here, as many as 19 species. But these nocturnal animals live hidden in caves, and on the surface you can find gray foxes, coyotes, squirrels, rabbits, and sockeye. The most interesting animals to watch are the pumas and the Tolstoy mountain sheep. These animals are numerous here, but it is not easy to see them against the cliffs. For tourists, Zion National Park is open all year round, but not all roads are equally accessible. There are narrow highways in the park, the passage of buses and off-road vehicles on which is regulated. From April through October, a public bus service runs in the park. The park covers 7 excursion trails. The duration of the excursions ranges from half an hour to 4 to 8 hours. The most interesting places are the Natural Tunnel Metro, Chess Mountain, the Descent of the Angel, and the Great White Throne. Zion National Park is a favorite place for rock climbers. There are also lodges, campsites, and hotels around the park, but it's best to book in advance, as there's a large influx of visitors in the summer. If you liked this video and want to know more interesting things about animals, subscribe to our channel and get the latest and greatest news about the animal world first.